It is, I think, this is the fourth ever Gifting Power Hour. Welcome to everyone who has tuned in. If you have not been to one of these before, hi, I'm Sarah. I am obviously on the marketing team here at Alice, or I'm obviously on the team here at Alice. I am on the marketing team. I work with our sales team really closely. I work with our account managing team really closely. And so today we're just going to talk about gifting best practices. We're going to break out into breakout rooms so that we can have more like intimate discussions, talk more about pro tips. We can talk more about just like how we're gifting right now, the questions that we have, the problems that we're facing, or some of like the wins that we're seeing. So this is a great event for people who have been gifting for a lot of their sales career or people who are just new to gifting. So before we break out into rooms, before we do any of that, I have a few slides. I like to kick things off with just a little bit of an intro in terms of like what you can expect to happen when we get into the gifting breakout rooms. And then just before we also get started, doing a little bit of like gift invitation teardown. So we kind of look at, I blur out all the names so that nobody knows like who actually sent these gifts, not putting anyone on blast, but just giving feedback on some of the gift invitations that your fellow Gifting Power Hour attendees have sent, and like building them up really. Like, here's like a really good example of a gift invitation. Here's where I think you can tweak a little bit, but other than that, like this is awesome. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen to this right here. So quickest thing. So when you get pushed into the gifting rooms, just the quickest thing is you'll see this like prep area where you'll be able to check to see if your camera's on. You'll be able to check to see if your microphone is well connected. And then you'll be able to say like, great, I'm ready. And then I'll push you into the actual gifting room. From there, if you're comfortable having your camera on, we'd love for you to have your camera on just so that you can like chat and we can see your face and we can like put face to the name. You can also share your screen if you want to, or you can make sure that your microphone's turned on. So super easy. That's just a little PSA for when we push to these breakout rooms. Bit of a timing overview. So for the first 15 minutes, I have a few gift invitation messages that I'm going to do a little teardown. We'll do maybe a little bit more than 15 minutes in the breakout rooms because last time they went over super well and we didn't want to interrupt when people were having their discussion. So maybe we push that to like 20, 25 minutes. We'll come back and do a little bit of like group discussion of like, what did we learn? Did anyone learn anything new? Did anyone make a new friend? Did anyone get a new song suggestion for when they're prospecting? Because I'm always looking for new songs to add to this playlist that I dropped in the session chat for anyone to like and follow. And then we'll finish it off with one last gift invitation teardown. So holistic, whether you want to talk about how you've been gifting or not, I hope you learned something. I hope you meet someone new. I hope you have fun. So let's hop on into the first gift invitation teardown. So this is an example from our friend Peter. And so the message says, hi, Sanjay. I hope you enjoy the thorough travel mug on my company. My name is Peter, and I am the key account manager for McKesson Worldwide, which is the company that they were reaching out to. I want to prioritize a conversation with you as we have significant deployments with various McKesson PMO groups and PPM type use cases across the globe, including the Six Sigma team and the other team, etc. Given your role, I'm surprised our teams haven't connected in the past, or maybe they have in some way. Moreover, Sanjay, we're looking to a much larger PMM discussion with McKesson and would love to share the art of what's possible with my company and how we can add value to your portfolio through a collaborative, scalable, and nimble platform. Would you have availability for an introductory conversation in the coming weeks? Looking forward to hearing from you, from Peter. So this was actually a gift invitation sent to as an expansion use case. So this company and Peter's team has already gotten their hands wet with the McKesson team, and this was kind of an expansion play. So if we have any marketers, or if we have any CS professionals, or any account managers besides the Alice account management team on the line today, this is a really good example of kind of how you can talk about your relationship with within an existing account to try and expand that relationship with the existing account as well. I like that Peter added his familiarity with the team very early on in the gift invitation, so that it was very obvious to Sanjay that Peter is someone to be trusted because he works with all of these other McKesson groups across the globe. I like that he name drops them as well. So like the Six Sigma team, the McKesson 2021 team, and CMM. Like it shows that he's really done his research and he's actually very familiar with the company that he's speaking to. I think also this is a really specific touch, but re-including the prospect's name in the email. It just adds another like very conversational, very personal touch to an email where it feels like Peter's talking to me or talking to Sanjay. So I really, really like that. My only piece of feedback is he only mentions the gift once. And I think he could have added one more line that's like, by the way, if this travel monk doesn't suit you, feel free to exchange it for the market for a gift in the marketplace of your choice. And then going on to introduce himself as the key account manager for McKesson Worldwide. But I also really like that there's that really strong CTA at the end. Like, would you have availability for an introductory conversation in the coming weeks? So this is a really well-crafted gift invitation. We're starting off real strong here, and I love it. I think depending on the kinds of required actions that you have the ability to add, depending on how your admin adds those to the campaigns, you could even have this, would you have availability for an introductory conversation in the coming weeks, as a required action, as a question. Maybe not even as like a meeting booked required action, but this is something that I know our account managers do internally, which is they add a required action that's, would you be open to having a discussion about this? And people can either say yes or they can say no, but if they give a response to that question, then they have the ability to claim that gift. So it's a little bit of a softer required action instead of specifically requiring that meeting to be booked. But I feel like for this use case, it would be a really interesting addition that I know our account managers see pretty good success with. So shout out, Peter. This is a great example of a gift invitation. All right, I have two that were similar on the on this slide, so I wanted to go. First, we'll do this one on the left. So starting with Dear Lynn, and I kind of took examples from accounts that weren't necessarily doing like classic sales prospecting, but instead kind of showing you like the breadth of the kinds of gifting you can do with Alice once you've really like nailed that sales prospecting use case. So this was an example here on the left for Dear Lynn, is an example of gifting a company during a like moment in the customer lifecycle specifically. So Dear Lynn, you've worked so hard on modernizing your backup solution with our company. Congratulations on officially concluding the migrations from your legacy environment. I'm especially thankful for all the time we spent learning, planning, and building a strong partnership that will hopefully last a long time. Since we can't have a celebratory lunch date due to the miles between us, we're sending you an R&R of your choice. I hope we can also bring you a smile in addition to backups, cases, and G flags. Thank you for choosing us as your trusted data management partner. Let us know if you have any questions. Lily, Sonny, Josh, and Nancy, your team. So this is such a great example of creating delight right as a customer is like having very pivotal moments within their customer journey as a new customer for your business, right? So for AEs, for example, who hold on to accounts for maybe 6 to 9 months after they close the initial account, this is a really good way to kind of keep that customer excited about your product, your solution, even after they've already signed the MSA, they've already signed the contract, like it's already been closed won. These help you have better conversations around renewal time, around expansion times, because you're paying close attention to their really celebratory moments as a customer and as a new customer, and really creating like a delightful and personal experience. If I were Lynn, I would feel so delighted by this because I just accomplished something really big with this team and they're recognizing that. I really like how they tie in the gift itself. So like, because we can't meet face to face and like cheers to each other, we're sending you a little R&R of your choice. So a little like gift where you can relax and reset of your choice. The I like that they said that they added the like of your choice, kind of implying that like feel free to choose whatever you would like, even if this gift doesn't suit you. So I think that's a really great way to also phrase sort of like your gift positioning in your gift invitations. If you don't want to say, you don't want to add that whole new line of like, if this doesn't suit you, feel free to choose something in the marketplace that better suits your needs right now. You can instead say, we're sending you something along these lines of your choice. We're sending you X gift of your choice. So loved this example. I thought it was a great example of a way to keep a customer engaged at that really important and pivotal parts of customer lifecycle when they're still new, they're still like sussing you out and see how they feel about you. This is just like such a great way to create affinity for your company and for your brand and for your product. On the right here, we have a little gift from our friend Matthew. I wanted to include this because it is a gift invitation for the UK. For those of you on the line right now and didn't know that we have gifting in the UK, Ireland, and an EMEA beta open, now you know. So if you have business units that focus on engaging with prospects and customers in the United Kingdom and Ireland or across EMEA, let us know. We are happy to give you some pointers on setting up international campaigns. Reach out to your customer success manager, reach out to your account manager. Let's get you gifting and creating personal experiences internationally, because Americans can't have all the fun, you know, and Canadians can't have all the fun either. So we got to get the other countries involved. So I really liked that Matthew here took a bit more of a simple approach. As an American, I'm not 100% positive about the gifting culture in the UK. So I wanted to make things, I want to show that you can make things really simple while still creating a really personal experience. So here, hi Bitsum, I'm sending you a little something and thought you might appreciate a £100 Adidas UK gift card. Feel free to browse our marketplace to exchange your gift or make a donation to a charity of your choosing. I'd love to chat how our company helps companies such as Medallia improve engagement, increase retention, and boost customer productivity through a self-service experience. Would you be open to a quick chat? So I like that Matthew here goes from gift to value prop to CTA. I think that's the perfect sort of organization of this message. I think depending on when this gift invitation was sent, if it was sent during the Euro, like the Euros, it could be interesting to have maybe added, like, I thought you might appreciate this £100 Adidas UK gift card so you could support a team of your choice, something along those lines, like during the Euro Cup. That's like literally my only piece of feedback here for Matthew. I think this is a really great way to keep your messaging simple while still showing that the gift is something to make a personal relationship and not really like take this gift and then give me your time. But really like, I thought you would appreciate this. Feel free to browse our marketplace and exchange it. Love that. And then flowing directly into how Matthew's company can help companies such as Medallia do all of the things that they can do. Would you be open to a quick chat? I would say the CTA could be a little bit harder, a little bit more direct of, do you have any time in the next X amount of days to have a conversation, something along those lines. Because would you be open to a quick chat as like a yes or no question versus like, when is the best time to have a conversation with you, or what days work better for you, so that there's less of a wishy-washy response there. But overall, already 3 really great examples and really different like vibes even of gift invitations that make a really personal and lasting impact with a gift, while also like all of these gift invitations were accepted. So like they did the right thing and they did it well. So obviously we want to make good examples out of them. All right. This one is another one that came from 2 different people, which I just like honestly love. I thought this was so cool. This was a deal accelerator specifically. So this campaign was set up for people who are post-demo, like defining deal structure, like the opportunity may be like in qualification, something along those lines, but you've already had the initial conversation with Ben. And so this was a really good way to also showcase like you can use gifting to help book that initial meeting, but you can also use it to accelerate that meeting to opportunity to close sort of like life cycle after the initial meeting is booked as well. So Greg and Angela here say, Hi, Ben. Happy almost weekend, and I hope your week is going smoothly. Angela and I were talking the other day, and we wanted to send over this gift from us and our company to you. We're really looking forward to continuing our partnership with you and VUCA Health and wanted to show you a token of our appreciation. Hopefully, this will come in handy on your next weekend trip. So first and foremost, Greg and Angela remembered something that Ben told them in their initial demo and brought that up at the end of the gift invitation. So hopefully this will come in handy on your next weekend trip. Love that. That just like adds another extra personal touch that shows that you like really care and are paying attention. My one suggestion here could be a little bit of a recap of what was spoken about in the initial demo. So Angela and I were just talking to you the other day, and we wanted to send over this gift. We're looking forward to continuing our partnership and want to show a token of our appreciation. As a reminder, like we talked about our company and VUCA Health doing X, Y, and Z together. And we hope to continue having those conversations with you like in the next coming months. And then hopefully this will come in handy in your next weekend trip. This is also great for just like that rapport building. If you don't want to add a required action to these, but you just want to like leave them with something warm and fuzzy on the inside, this is a great example of that. Or if you wanted to use this gift invitation to maybe expand the buying team, and you wanted to use this because you had a great initial first conversation with Ben, but you want to get to Ben's boss and Ben's boss's boss. These kinds of gifts could be a great way to kind of be like, hey, it was great chatting with you. We were just thinking about you. We wanted to send over this gift. In exchange, we would love for you to add like this person and this person to our next meeting. When is the best time to set that up? So whether it's a expanding the buying committee sort of gift, a just thank you for having a conversation with us, or a gift that you want to kind of like leverage for like rapport building, it can kind of go in any of these sorts of ways. So those were 4 gift invitations that I thought were just like great to use as like inspiration, not just for like sales prospecting, but for across really the customer journey. We kind of saw so many different examples here of how you all can leverage gifting, not only to book that initial meeting, but to accelerate a customer's journey, and also how to accelerate a deal cycle itself. All right. So that was the first 15 minutes. Took a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but I was jamming to Katy Perry in the beginning, and I regret nothing. So let's talk breakout rooms. So in your breakout rooms, we're going to try and make sure that you have one member of the Alice team in your breakout rooms to just help facilitate sort of the conversations that you want to have. But if you need any help with discussion topics, here are some questions that you can ask yourself. And ask your room. So what kinds of copy and language are you seeing success with recently? What kind of audiences have you been gifting? Are you only doing cold outreach? Or are you reaching out to people who are warmer, who have been nurtured by marketing? How often and in what cadence are you following up with your gifting? Because as a reminder, follow-up is more important than sending the initial gift. So how are you following up and what cadence? Has anyone run any summer themed campaigns? We are in the midst of summer, so how are you kind of like standing out with some thematic campaigns? And has anyone started physical gifting again? So has anyone started sending physical gift invitations? Are you still going fully digital? And what are some of the tips? So I'm going to stop sharing real quick. I'm going to pop on over. We have a few people who have trickled in since we started. And I know that our like events team is on the back end right now setting up our breakout rooms. So we should get a notification on your screen when we move over to the breakout rooms to let you know that like we're moving on over there. And we should be on our way shortly. If anyone wants the playlist that we were playing in the beginning, where in like the registration form, you put your pump up song, we compile all of those into a playlist. It's in the session chat right now. Honestly, you guys have great music taste because it's just like only pump up songs. Like, you know how like sometimes playlists are supposed to build? This is just like, it goes right up to pump up and then it doesn't ever go down. So it's like great for prospecting. It's great for like if you need like a workout playlist, it's good for any of those. Yeah, events team, let me know whenever you're ready to move us to breakout rooms. no pressure. I can just chat. But I think it'll be good for us all to chat as well. And then we'll come back at the end for a final gift invitation teardown. I will let the music run. I'll take some music suggestions at the end as well. And you can use that time to like apply what you just learned and send some gift invitations. You can use that time to just like jam out to some good music, like rest a little bit at the end of your day. You can use that time to answer emails. You can use that time to eat lunch, depending on what time zone you're in. So that's kind of going to be the flow for the rest of the event. And yeah, I can play some music while we get pumped for our breakout rooms. If anyone has any suggestions, throw it in the chat, or I'm just going to go with Spirit in the Sky because that was added to the. Do we have everyone back in the main area? I know that we were talking behind the scenes. It looks like some people may not have made it into a breakout room, which is totally fine because I can kind of break down something like some of the topics of conversation we were having in our breakout room at least. Hey, Nina, welcome back. All right, cool. I'm glad to know that I'm not just here chatting to myself, which, you know, it happens sometimes, but it's good to know that there are other people here. I was actually in a room with EJ Lewis on the Alice team, and he was just dropping some serious knowledge on the use case, the most common use case for Alice. And so I figure it would be a good time to also just like maybe reiterate some of those best practices and talk sort of about just like, if you're newer to Alice and you're not totally sure like where to get started and what to do, let's just do a little rundown real quick. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log into Alice. So that's dashboard.alice.com. You'll either have like a username and password, or you can log in with Google or Microsoft. Super easy. And then when you get dropped into like the Alice dashboard, you'll see just like general metrics. So it'll see how many gifts were sent and viewed and accepted. That doesn't necessarily mean that you sent them. That's just the team that you've been placed on, how your team is doing. So that's just good to be like, how's my team doing? How's our gifting working? And like, are people viewing and accepting my gifts? From there, you're going to want to go over to the top right-hand corner and go to your personal settings so that you can upload a picture. You can connect your email provider, whether that's Gmail or Outlook, just so that the gifts can come from your personal email address. So it's like you're sending a prospecting email through Outreach or SalesLoft, or however you like to send prospecting emails. So that's step 2. Step 3 is in those personal settings. You can also connect your calendar. So that means that people will then be able to book meetings directly on your calendar. You don't have to have a Chili Piper or a Calendly or a HubSpot meeting link or anything like that. We can integrate directly with your native calendaring tool so that people will be able to see your availability that's like updating in real time, and will be able to book meetings on your calendar. So that's just like getting started. Make sure that you have a profile picture set up. Make sure that your name and title are there. You can also add a little fun fact about yourself. I know internally at Alice, we have our 5 to 9, sort of what we like to do outside of work as part of our email signatures and part of our Alice profiles, because it kind of helps just like start the conversation about something that you're passionate about if someone shares those same interests. So for example, my email signature and my Alice like fun fact and like 5 to 9 information is like, I love boxing like as a sport and like doing it, not just watching it. I don't really watch it, but I like to like go and do boxing classes. I like true crime podcasts, and I am one of 3 girls. I'm a middle child of 2 girls, 3 girls. So those are like sort of my fun facts that show up when I send Alice gifts as well. So it kind of like gives your prospects, your customers, whoever it is that you're gifting, a little bit more insight into like who you are as a person. In your personal settings, you can also see templates. So you can create your own templates using the best practices that we just went over in the gift teardowns, and kind of make sure that you're optimizing your gift invitations, and also making sure that you don't have to to write an invitation from scratch every single time, especially if you have thematic campaigns or you're prospecting into like similar personas or similar industries. There may be value propositions or stats that you like to highlight that's very similar across those personas or those industries or those people, that you don't want to have to like copy and paste over and over again from like a Google Doc or something. So those personal templates are super helpful. You can also make templates on like a campaign level from the admin settings. So if there are any admins on the line here with us, you can also help get the ideas flowing for the people who are gifting by putting templates into the specific campaigns that they're working on. Then just like as a rule of thumb, if you're doing the general prospecting use case with Alice, EJ was talking about this in our breakout session. So I wanted to make sure that like his knowledge and like he was dropping some serious knowledge. It was great. It's kind of like dispelled with all of you as well. But generally we say as a best practice not to have the gift be the first initial like activity that you do when you're cold prospecting, if you're doing like outbound prospecting. The reason for that is because you don't know them very well. They don't know you very well. And having that offer is like it's a strong offer for someone who doesn't know you very well. So what we suggest is having that be maybe like the second or third kind of step in your prospecting email cadence, just so that you give the prospect some time to get to know you a little bit more, especially after that first email. You introduce yourself, you introduce the company, you introduce the problem that you solve, etc. Then you can talk more about like setting up some time to have a conversation about how you can help the company do X, Y, and Z. But once you send the initial gift, the biggest thing, if you ignored everything else that I said today, even the fact that Katy Perry is a gift, one thing that you should not forget is that following up is the most important part of your gifting process. It's the most important part, because we did a whole actual research report on like the state of gifting and how recipients like to be gifted. And even in this like digitally centric world where we are sending gifts via email, it can still take up to 7 days for a gift recipient to view that gift, not even accept it, but even view it. So having your follow-up cadence, having that follow-up cadence be across channel, so not just following up via email, but on social, if you do calls, like making sure to drop that in your voicemails as well, and letting them know that there's a gift in their inbox waiting for them is just really impactful, because you connected your calendar. People can then convert on that gift offer if you keep following up with it. So those were some of the like best practices, pro tips for our prospecting use case, which we didn't cover as much in the first gift invitation teardown. There is one final gift invitation that I would love to tear down because it is freaking fuego. And I think it's just like a great example, not only on like a prospecting use case, but also in like expansion and account management, customer success, marketing, whatever. I think it's just like a great template and like a great piece of inspiration for your gift invitations. And then we can use the final amount of time. We'll probably have about 10 minutes after that to get some song suggestions, start writing up the templates that you want to create and you want to start using with your gifting. And however you'd like to spend that last 10 minutes. I will be taking song suggestions, or I will just go rogue and play whatever fits the vibe, feels the vibe. But first, let's look at this final gift invitation. All right, here we've got Stacy. So I love that Stacy kind of first starts off the bat with just like a empathetic statement of like, I know it's Monday, so hopefully this gift will add some pep to your step when you're ready to take a break from the hectic work week. Have something like this already, feel free to exchange this gift for something else or donate the dollar value to a charity of your choice. Wanted to take a few minutes to get in touch with you to learn more about Emerge and see if Stacy's company could help solve and provide more visibility into your network problems. I'd love to set up a quick call to discuss how Stacy's company is helping companies like Emerge gain real-time visibility of when and where network issues are occurring, enabling NetOps to diagnose and resolve the root cause quickly and efficiently. Talk soon, Stacy. So I love the personal and conversational nature that Stacy is using in this gift invitation. I think it's just like it feels like she's reaching out to a friend, a colleague, someone that should trust her, because why wouldn't they? She's so friendly and she's so trustworthy. I think a few like tiny pieces of feedback here. I think she can say what the gift is if you want. I know when you create templates or when you're editing templates in the gifting flow, you can add like fields, so that they're like dynamic fields, so you don't have to like type out the actual gift name, but you can kind of use a token. That's what I want to say. A token for like the gift name. So it's like, I hope like the actual gift name helps you add some pep to your step when you're ready to take a break from the hectic work week. That's like the tiniest nitpickiest thing. It's just like, I hope that this Yeti mug helps add some pep to your step, whatever it is that Stacey's sending. And then the last thing I would say is just, there is not the like most strong CTA at the end. I think she kind of teased herself up to talk about setting up a quick call. I think either in the gift invitation, you could say like, so I've attached a meeting request to this gift invitation. I hope you can find a time to chat, or like, when is the best time to chat with you? Sort of like a more direct way of asking for that meeting once you've kind of like gone through the rest of the gift invitation and understood the value of the company and how they can help gain real-time visibility of when and where network issues are occurring, etc. So wanted to share this as an example. Thought it was awesome. Way to go, Stacey. Whether you're prospecting into entirely net new accounts or you're prospecting into existing customer accounts looking for expansion opportunities, I think these gift invitation examples were really solid, just to like get some of the wheels turning in terms of how to like structure a great gift invitation message. These slides we will send to you after, so that you have this inspo kind of like ready and in your email inbox. So when you're like gifting, when you're starting to create some of your first or maybe second or third or fourth or fifth gift invitations, and you want some inspiration on what to say, you'll be able to pull these up and get some of that inspo from the ones who are freaking crushing it. All right, friends, we have 10 minutes and 27 seconds left. I will play some music. Feel free to either hop off and get a glass of water, have some lunch. Feel free to stay on and use this time to go into Alice and send a gift or two or three. Maybe write a template with some of the learnings that we kind of went over during this time, or just hang out, chill, and drop some song suggestions in the chat. I'm going to start with Spirit in the Sky. This was song suggestion, and it honestly, it's such a classic. We got to go for it. So I'm gonna